What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? It's your host GA2Bs and 1Y. Yes, 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 yes. And I just want to let you know that I love you. And this episode is one of the rawest episodes I ever made. Me in my rawest form as can be. So stick with me. And before I go, I want to leave y'all with a little something. And just remember when you do things that you truly do not want to do or does not align up with who you are, you will not feel good. All right, so take that in how you take it in. And let's get into it. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? This is your host GA2Bs and 1Y. Yes, 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 yes. And welcome back to the New Normal Podcast, aka Still Breathing, aka the podcast made with love. And welcome back, welcome back. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. But no, it has been a hot little minute. I think the last time we spoke, I had recently lost a family member. And, kind of just been dealing with that and, moving along as I can because life moves on regardless and things of that nature. But good news and bad news at the same time. This is the last episode. Yeah, I know. So sad. So I'm kind of just gonna talk about how I've been feeling, how I've been doing, some things that's been on the dome, you feel me, and gonna wrap it up, So one of the first things that's been on my mind is kind of like self-isolation, but at the same time, I want to be social. And reason being is because I just feel like I'm winning and I'm losing at the same time, and it's really it's hard to explain like that feeling of winning and losing at the same time. But if you ever been in that predicament, then you understand what I'm saying. At the same time, along with that, like I just want to tap into the person that I know I'm already am. You know what I'm saying? Like tap into that person that I already know in my head that hey, that's you right there. And kind of like just stop waiting for the quote unquote right time to be myself, or quote unquote the right time to, oh, this is the right time to finally be you. Like, no, be you right now, right here, in this instant, in this second, and be 100% you. Be unapologetically you, and all those things. Excuse my voice, y'all. I just took a nap, and I was just like, let me get up on here and make this thing. You feel me? Put it out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all won't think I'm MIA. But yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling, and I've just been having a lot of goals and feeling like something gotta shake in my life. Like some gotta move, some gotta change. You feel me? Not necessarily, and it's not necessarily like the people around me, because the people around me are good to me. Real grateful for those people. Shout out to all those people, especially if you know who you are. And I just thank you for your motivation and pushing me to do things that I never thought about doing. And yeah, shout out to them. But it's more so me. Like, I just feel like I'm not in a place where I want to be. And so I just feel like it's time to get up off my ass, get to work, get back to hustling, and start doing that shit. It's been so many nights these past few months where, like, I just come home and I just go to sleep, not putting no 10%, 5%, 1%, you know what I'm saying? No, none of that into any of my dreams or any of my goals. Whether it's something that's going to make me profit, you know what I'm saying? Something that's going to make me money. Or it's just something that's going to make me happy, you know what I'm saying? Something that's catered to directly to me and my body, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I gotta get up off my ass. Like, I just feel like I've been slacking. Like, it's shit out here for me to do and to be done, and I haven't been doing it. And I just feel like, alright, G, what you doing? Like, yeah, you 21, live in the moment, and you young, and you got all this other stuff going on and different type of shit. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you 21, so like, use this time to, learn, make mistakes, live, go out, travel. Like, I've been wanting to go to my grandma's house like every other weekend just so I can like spend time with her. And how that, like, as you get older, you just, not saying that when I was younger I didn't appreciate my grandmother. It's just, when you get older and you realize shit that you didn't really realize as a kid, because you're a kid type shit. But I just want to spend more time with her, and really, have deep conversations with her. Not saying that we don't have deep conversations over the phone, but, like that face to face, like deep conversation, and, just hanging out with her and seeing what's going on with her. Because even though she's older than me, people, regardless of their age, go through shit, but they don't always talk about it. So, just, checking up on her and doing all that other stuff. And then, I want to go down and see my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And kick it with them, see how they doing, see how they living, shit like that. And it's just like, well, you can do those things, but you got like this little limit in your mind that's telling you, oh, you can't do this because of money, or you can't do this because of this, or you can't do this because of that. And it's just like, gee, that's not true. Like, you really got to train your mind to think outside the box and push yourself outside the box, because your mind will limit you to so many things that you truthfully want to do and tell you that you can't do it because of money, or you can't do it because, oh, people going to start talking about you. You can't do it because of this, you can't do it because of that. And one thing I'm realizing is that, number one, what I've been telling myself lately is, bro, people going to talk shit about you, dog you out, regardless, and they don't even know you. And then you're going to have people who don't even know you, and they going to want to, help you. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't even know, like, how you living at home, but they going to want to help you out just because you. And so, like, I had to keep telling myself that, like, hey, yeah, it's going to be people out here not like you just because of what somebody said about you, and they don't even know you. So it's like, just keep on the grind, like, and it's okay if people don't like you, because half of the time, I ain't gonna hold y'all, I don't like certain people either. So I had to keep telling myself that, like, hey, stop trying to be liked by everybody, because you don't even like everybody, you feel me? So it's like, I just had to keep telling myself that too, like, just chill out, be you, like, you're gonna be judged regardless. And like, even though it's not that other person's job to judge you, still keep on doing what you're doing, and like, use that as fuel on the fire, because just like you just said, like, it's not somebody else's job to judge you, it's God's job to judge you. You feel what I'm saying? So keep going, keep doing what you're doing, but also respecting yourself, your body, respecting others, regardless of what go down. And that's kind of just how I've been talking to myself lately. Keep on pushing myself and grinding and doing all that other stuff and things of that nature. Man, what else been going on with G? Like, that's really it. Like, trying to truthfully be that genuine person that I speak about, and doing shit for people and not respecting shit in return. Because like, when you do shit and you respect stuff in return, then that's kind of like, well, why you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, you say you a giver, you say you this, you say you that, but then you turn around and you expect everything up under the sun. Like, I ain't saying be no, a goofy for nobody. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, if it's in your soul to give, but you always expecting something in return, then are you really giving from your heart? Or are you giving from, like, the satisfaction just because you giving something? You get what I'm saying? Like, are you just giving just to give and you expecting something in return? Or are you truthfully giving from your heart? And letting that person know, hey, I got you, you good, you ain't really gotta pay me back. If you do, that's fine, but I'm not pressing you for it, you feel me? Like that type of thing. And kind of like telling myself, like it's gonna be alright. Like Gab always figure out what's, I don't want to say what's next, but Gab always figure out how to, move, how to hustle. You feel me? So I feel like I'm gonna be fine. It's just, starting to get down to the nitty gritty and pushing myself into something that I never done before. Cause that feeling of something that you never done before is real uncomfortable. But at the same time, when it's real uncomfortable, it's real growth at the same time. So that's why I had to keep telling myself like, hey, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be straight, all that. And also at the same time, like, I don't know why, but I'm just really, really scared to die and have God tell me, like, my daughter, like, you didn't do anything that I put you on this earth to do, and why you didn't do it. Like, I'm really scared, like, to die and have God tell me that. Like, I'm really, really scared. If you know how to feel that, like, I don't know why, like, that keep going through my mind, but I'm just really scared to pass away and have God tell me, my daughter, you didn't do anything I put you on this earth to do. That's scary to me. I don't know why it is, but it just is. Like, so, like, I figure, and then I feel like at the same time, that's probably why I'm like on my own head about, getting up and just tapping into how, can't talk, just tapping into who I really am, if that makes sense, and sharing the journey and the process with everybody, and kind of just moving forward and never stop looking backwards at the past. And it's really hard, but just keep going. And I ain't gonna hold y'all, this past few weeks I've been thinking about calling my dad and like checking up on him and trying to see if we can rekindle that relationship. But at the same time, like, I'm holding my own self back because I don't really know if he gonna be cool about it, because he has like his moments where it's like we good and we straight, and then all of a sudden things flip out of nowhere, and I'm like, we were just good, like what happened? So it's just, I don't know, like, I just really, and like, he my only living parent, like biological parent, so it's just like, I want the relationship to be good, but at the same time, like, knowing our history, like, will it actually be good type deal? So I don't really know, man. Another thing that's been on my mind is eating healthier. Like, I just been, don't get me wrong, like, I still eat good, but at the same time, like, I know for a fact, like, looking over my diet these past few weeks, it could be much more healthier than it already is, if that makes sense. And at the same time, like, I'm just so self-awareness right now, and just looking at how I compare to myself, even if it's just by doing one thing different in each of my days. Like, just creating great habits that I know will last in my older days. But yeah, and kind of just, so to all my friends, family, if you're listening, like, if I'm not calling, if I'm not texting, or if I just disappear, just know, like, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to figure out, what I'm saying, how I can overcome some of these thoughts that is going through my mind. Not saying that the thoughts that are going through my mind are bad, but you have those thoughts that make you think, like, dang, am I wasting my life? Am I wasting my time, like, with this job? You know what I'm saying? With this particular, well, I know for me, it's like with the job. So it's like, am I wasting my time? Am I wasting my time by not going back to school? Am I wasting my time by not hustling? Am I wasting my time by not having a side hustle? Am I wasting my time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these different things. Like, dang, bro. Yeah, you 21, but in the next 10 years, I'll be 31. So it's like, bruh, are you going to still be in the exact same position you are 21 at 31? And so, like, when I think about that type of stuff, I just be like, dang, bro. I gotta make some shit. You feel me? Like, I gotta get mentally prepared. I gotta get physically out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't been in the gym. I ain't been doing none of my home workouts. Nothing. I ain't even been doing yoga. And if you know me, I be hitting the yoga every morning before I go to work. So I ain't been doing nothing. I just been waking up, wash my face, brush my teeth, eat a little breakfast, head out, go to work, do whatever I gotta do at work, come home, whip me up a little something to eat, take a shower, scroll on Instagram, scroll on Pinterest, go to sleep, do that shit all over again. And I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like a goddamn robot. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not in tune with my own life like I want to be. And I just want to get back in tune to myself, start hustling. Yes, I'm gonna be tired, so that's another thing I keep telling myself. Where, like, you gonna be tired, so you just go ahead and go to sleep. Man, you gonna be tired regardless. So you might as well just go ahead and put in that little extra hour, 30 minutes, whatever it is, to dedicating towards your life while you're in this temporary position that you're in, if you feel what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's kind of like where I've been at. I kind of want to get back into meditation and most definitely getting back into saying my prayers every morning, saying my prayers, while I'm on the road. Because, like, I always pray. Even if you never see my mouth moving, but you see me, I'm always praying over something, somehow, just a little quick prayer in my head type deal. But, sometimes you just want that little alone time with God, just from 10 to 10:15, 15 minutes. Just that alone time with God. Man, I want to get back to doing that because, I used to have that every morning and every night, that little alone time with God. So, just teaching myself, like, hey, you're going to get back into your old habits, but some of your old habits are just going to be old habits, So one of the old habits that I do want to get back into is, praying and having, like, that little 15, 20 minutes with God. To all of you who are going through something and you don't know how to deal with it, you don't know how to go on, you don't know how to move on, you don't know how to keep hustling, doing all the, all that other stuff, turn all that shit over to God, bro. Like, for real, turn all that stuff over to God. God is going to be willing to listen to you. He going to be right there. He never left you. He never forsaked you. Even when it felt like it, he was still there. So, I know I'm kind of like in my little preachy mode, but that's 100%. God never left you. He never forsaked you. He's always there with you. And to all my young people, just, I know for a fact it's hard to figure out what you truthfully want to do with your life because there's so much stuff that everybody want to do and you just feel like it's no time. So another thing that I'm teaching myself is stop setting harsh deadlines on your timeline. Meaning, like, all right, you look at people on Instagram, whether it's a singer, rapper, entertainer, business person, realtor, finance, cybersecurity, like anybody that you just looking at on Instagram. And like, oh, by the time I'm 25, I should have this and this and this. By the time I'm 30, I should have this and this and this. And it's like, each timeline for every individual that is on this earth is different. So, if you don't graduate high school till you 25, and you don't graduate college till you, 35, that understand that that is the timeline that is meant for you. You can't compare your life and how you should and what you should be doing to somebody else's, because sometimes what's meant for that person is what meant for that person. What's meant for you is what's meant for you. And I can have to keep telling myself that, especially like seeing people who I went to school with graduating this year or last year, and me taking a year out for myself. But then I had to say, hold up, Gab, you're not gonna use this year and use it against yourself. Like, you didn't take the year out to better yourself. Like, you didn't take the year out to actually figure out something that you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't use the year to make money. You know what I mean? And so I had to keep telling myself, like, hey, stop comparing where there's no comparison. And I don't mean that to offend anybody, because truthfully, there's no comparison. Not a comparison for me versus this other person, and not a comparison for the other person versus me, because what that person is going through is what that person is going through. What I'm going through is what I'm going through. And, I just had to keep telling myself that, like, don't stop setting harsh deadlines. All right, this is what it's got to be. And this is what it's have to be. Well, why does it have to be that? Oh, because, well, I seen that this person had it by 21 and 25. I want to get into real estate, and this person already got their real estate going at 19. I'm trying to be the first this. I'm trying to be the first that. No, be the first you in your own family. Chill out with all that other stuff and just be the first you, because I'm guaranteeing it's not a first you in your own family. So be your first, whatever you trying to be in your head, in your own family, and then see how it work out. Because nobody else is a Gabby in my family. Nobody else. We might have the same name, but nobody else is the same Gabby in my family. So nobody else is the same whoever is listening to this in your family. Y'all might have the same name, but they're not the first you. Y'all might do the same work, but they're not the first you. Y'all might go to the same school for the same major, but they're not you. So be the first you in your own family and see how that works out for you. Another thing is, I'm not finna go back and forth with people about how to treat me. Either you gonna treat me how I teach you to treat me, or we're just not gonna be friends. Period. I don't have the time to go back and forth with you. I'm not finna be in competition with nobody, because the only person I'm in competition with is myself. I'm not finna argue with you who has the most miserable life, who has the most pain and trauma. No, bro. If you want to argue with that, trust and believe me, I'm going to let you win, because I do not want to go down as the number one person who feels the number one pain. Nah, bro. I'm not finna argue with you. I'm not finna argue with you about who went through the most trauma. I'm not finna be the like I said, the number one person who is miserable. Because who wants to be the number one person who is miserable? Exactly. Nobody. So, like, I'm not gonna argue with nobody about anything of that such. If you know me personally, please hit my line if you want to. If not, then that's cool as well. No bad blood. I don't have no bad blood with nobody. I still love everybody, even if we talk one time and then don't talk again. Trust and believe me, it's no bad blood. Just know that life be lifing. Like, I just be, trying to experience it as best as I can, while also enjoying it as best as I can, if that makes sense. What else? Not in competition, bro. With nobody. Period. That's all I got to say. But, what else can I say? Oh, like I said a while back, man, just start. Whatever you're trying to do, just start it. Just start it. And don't stop. Like, I saw this other thing, Eric Thomas, kind of a motivational speaker. He was just saying most people put all their work and hard work and sweat and tears and consistency in the first week. That way, when you get your second week, you barely even know what to do next. You barely even know how to put in that work because you just put in everything in the first time, and it's just like you got to equal out and level out your consistency. And so I kind of been, a fan of that, as you can see with these dropping these episodes and kind of just putting in a whole bunch of consistency in 1 week, and then none for the next 3 weeks, and then consistency for 2 weeks, and then none for the rest of the month. So that's another reason why I'm just gonna, kind of pull back a little bit from the podcast and reevaluate myself and, go from there. Without further ado, this is your host, Gabby, G-A, 2B's and 1Y. Now that you made it to the end of the podcast, season 2 is coming. Ha! Yes, season 2 is coming. I'm not just gonna drop the podcast. I like doing what I do on the podcast. And who knows, this might go up one day. So we living, you feel me? So season 2 is coming. I wanted to come back in October, but then I was just like, I don't want to push myself to have something ready and not be of good quality, and just good content, and stop putting out shit that is trash. And I know, like, some of my friends be trying to hype me up, like, it ain't bad, it ain't that bad. But anytime somebody say it ain't that bad, it's bad. Kind of. Anyways, but yeah, trying to put out some good content, and next season we most definitely gonna do some shit different. Understand that I'm still learning. I'm still being teachable to this podcast game. So, just bear with me through the journey, you feel me? We're going to go through this shit together, you feel me? But next season, we're going to do some shit a little different. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to just let y'all see it. And without further ado, I do want to at least come back for the second season in December or January. No later than February. So, without further ado, this is your host, GA, 2B's and 1Y. Yes. And this is the last episode of the New Normal Podcast, aka Still Breathing, aka Podcast Made with Love. Stick around for season 2, coming in December, January, February. Yes. Alright. I love y'all. Keep y'all head up. Keep grinding. Keep hustling. Keep being you. If you're not you already, then it's time to be you. Make sure you just step out and be the first you to your own family, to the world. Because there's nobody with you except you and God. If you ever feel alone, turn to God. If you ever feel suicidal, turn to God. If you ever feel weak, turn to God. If you ever feel strong, turn to God. You feel good, you feel joyous, turn to God. You feel bad, you feel terrible, turn to God. Turn to God about everything, y'all. Trust me. And I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all head up, never down. And like I said, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep being you. And love y'all. See y'all next season.